Hi, Ocean.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for being here.
Of course, yes.
The head chef at the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2022.
Yeah, we had a great time.
And I want to ask you a few questions. First of all, how old are you?
I'm going to be 50 in a couple months.
That's a joke. No, but how old are you really? What's your government age?
49 3/4.
Guys, what is this? Okay, wait. How long have you been vegan?
Vegan for, let me think, since the age of 24, so that would be 25 years, over 25 years.
And how long have you been eating a raw vegan lifestyle?
That's been 22 and a half years.
Guys, look at his skin. Okay, I'm really zooming in on your face because your skin is just unbelievable. Does your whole family look like this?
No, not at all.
Not at
It has nothing
all.
to do with my genes. It has to do 100% with my diet and how I view myself. It's a lot of self-love. It's really what it is. Yeah.
You know, Ocean, that's funny you said that. Our last interview, you said randomly that, when you wake up in the morning, I don't know what we were talking about, Ocean, but you were like, give yourself a little face massage.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that. I don't know what we were talking about.
Well, it's the lymph system. So the lymph system really, like when you go to sleep, your lymph flows through your whole body and it really shows up in your face. So one thing you can do is kind of clear out your lymph nodes, which is, kind of rubbing across the forehead here and running down.
And it's just a nice thing to do for yourself. I think
Feels
we were
really
talking
good.
about self-love.
Yeah, yeah.
So first thing every day, I do something to tell myself I love myself. Whether that's affirmation or the face massage.
First thing, second thing, third thing, and the last thing. That's what you got to do.
Okay, so now I just want to ask you,
Sure.
in your everyday life, because you've been at Woodstock for the last week, pretending to be healthy, pretending to eat fruit and be cute.
Right.
I'm just wondering, how do you normally eat? What's a typical day in the life of Chef Ocean as far as like your meals?
Oh, that's great. So it changes, I guess, from the season to season. So recently what I've been doing is concentrating on eating a lot of sprouts. So let's start with the first thing that I eat. Wake up in the morning and I usually
Wasn't expecting that.
So I usually have bananas and I'll mix those
he
up
was
in a
joking.
smoothie with maybe, I get a little bit of sea moss in there and I'll put some blueberries and really just something simple. Maybe some chlorella or spirulina if I'm feeling it that day. And then just put it into a nice smoothie and have that for breakfast and then wait a few hours until I get hungry again. And then after that, I'll do maybe a cucumber, avocado, tomato salad. If melons are in season, I'll have some cantaloupe or watermelon. I love berries and tomatoes, so that'll often be my lunch. And lunch sometimes lasts about 2 hours. So I'll start off with some tomatoes or blueberries, eat those until they stop tasting good. And then I'll wait a little bit and then eat some blueberries and share those with my little bunny rabbit, and then cut up some cucumbers. Sometimes I have Persian cucumber and just gnaw on those for a little bit and just really make it like an event, and that's what Americans often do is they want to push everything together and make a big salad and eat it all at once because they only get half an hour for lunch.
Yeah.
So setting aside time for that is really what I do, and then for dinner, sometimes I'll prep a meal earlier in the week of maybe some sprouted lentil burgers or one of my gourmet recipes like cauliflower tabbouleh, and just something that really supports my gut biome and gives me lots of energy. And then I end up doing maybe, I don't know, about half a gallon to a gallon of water per day. And sometimes I drink kefir for the probiotics and then finish up with a long walk at the end of the day.
Yeah, you have some great books. I'll leave them below. I especially like the book with the abs on the front. What's the name of that one?
Oh, that one's called Muscle Fuel.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have some really easy, really great, delicious recipes in there,
Yep.
like the loaf that you just mentioned.
Yes,
And so, okay, you mentioned eating something until it doesn't taste good anymore.
Yeah.
Let's explore that real quick.
Sure.
I wanted to ask you about mono meals because it's something that I truly believe in. I truly believe that, well, I know we're the only species on the planet that doesn't really
Right.
eat mono meals, right? Your rabbit doesn't make salads, does he? I'm not sure. He or she. Is it a he or she?
It's a he.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think he's making salads.
Mr. Pumpkin is his name.
Oh, okay. And so, how do you feel about mono meals? Are they healthy? Do you eat them? What are your views on that?
Okay, that's a great question. So what I've found is that our body can associate certain nutrients when it sees food and then ingests it, and it kind of learns how to feed itself that way. So let's say our body needs, for instance, vitamin C, right? If you've eaten things that have vitamin C in them, then your body will recognize that food as a source of vitamin C. And then the next time you see that food, if you're low in vitamin C, for instance, tomatoes or oranges would be great examples of that, your body will be attracted to it. And that's kind of a method of intuitiveness where you might go to the market or you might go to the store and you say, oh, hey, that looks really good, And we often recognize these things by color because vitamin C, red and orange are sources of that. That's just an example. And then I really think that stems from the fact that if we were living in nature and didn't have houses, and let's say we were traveling, walking, as we, we're one of the best walkers on the planet. We have enormous endurance. We can walk for very long distances. We wouldn't necessarily walk into an apple tree, a banana tree, and an orange tree all at the same time. We would encounter an apple tree, for instance.
Right.
We would eat until we're full, and then your body will signal to you by saying, oh, you know what, this really doesn't taste that good anymore. And by eating slowly, we can hit that satiation point where your body has received all the nutrients that it gets from that certain fruit or the vegetable or leaf or whatever you're eating, or seed. And then it allows the body to say, okay, I've had enough. And then that kind of like excitement about the fruit or vegetable kind of dissipates.
Until you're hungry again.
And
then you'll be like, oh, I want some apples. Well, or mangoes.
Or blueberries or whatever.
And
so you typically, like if you see a giant blueberry bush, this is kind of what animals do, and what we like to do with monomeals is you see the blueberry bush and you eat a few of them and they start tasting good. And then after a while you're like, I'd like to go to something else. And I think that's the basis of monomealing.
Yeah, I never thought about it before. Sorry, guys. I never thought about it before, but mono meals actually helped me overcome my emotional addiction with food, my overeating, because I started to feel satiated for the first time in my life.
Right.
With mono meals.
Yeah.
So you helped me realize that. So thank you so much, Chef
Part
Ocean.
of that is let's say you make a salad and you become satiated with part of the salad, right? Like one of the leafy greens, you've already gotten all the nutrients that you can possibly absorb, because we have a certain amount of nutrients that we can absorb at any one time. And if you give it more, then your body just has to flush it out. Well, if you've already made a salad based on that, then you're eating something that you're already saturated with, but then you're eating something else in the salad that you still need more saturation.
Yeah.
So training yourself with mono mealing is a really good way to understand that maybe when you want to group fruits together, they should be kind of similar fruits, and that way you're not overeating one fruit or one part of the salad, for instance, but still needing the other thing that's in the salad, So,
yes.
I really resonate with what you just said.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you ever saw somebody eat a mono meal or heard about it?
We do it all the time. When's the last time? Watermelons on picnics, right?
Right.
People will bring a watermelon and just eat a whole watermelon, right?
Well, now I see people doing that. But okay, I asked you this question because I remember seeing someone eat 6 or 7 apples for the first. I remember this. It was 2011.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something wrong with this person. I literally truly believed there was something wrong with him because he was eating 6 and 7 apples. And I think to myself, the person watching this might feel like that's crazy to eat 6, 7, 8 of one type of fruit. And so we're here to tell you it's not crazy. It's actually where our species is designed,
right.
And our taste buds and our bodies. And I love how you put that, Ocean. So thank you so much.
Sure. And Victoria Botenko, who's one of the pioneers of raw food, raw food movement.
The family. What is it called?
Yes, the raw food family.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was kind of a phenomenon that she noticed when she was healing her family, especially her son, is that as he was healing and going through his process of healing, he would sometimes just ask for cucumbers. So she'd run to the store, bring him back some cucumbers, and buy him a whole case, and he'd eat the cucumbers and keep eating them, and then he'd say, oh, I want more, and she'd go back and bring him more, and then he'd eat those, and then eventually he'd say, I don't want any more. So we've seen this documented over and over in the raw food world, where people who concentrate on mono meals, it's because they need a certain nutrient, and then they just refuse the food after the nutrient's satiated. So that was the first time I really saw it, I read about it in her book.
I haven't heard her name in a long time.
Victoria Botenko, yeah.
I have a few of their books.
Older name, yeah.
Chef Ocean knows stuff. Okay. Well, now we know. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll leave all your links below, and have a beautiful day.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thank you guys for watching.